have your attention, please? Good evening.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Dean and Mark. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoy another exciting episode of our show.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another episode of Straight Talk with Dean and Mark. It's the six-man Dean Geronimo, and as always, from NJ to NC, I'm in the studio with my right-hand man, Mark Lee. So, Mark, tell me what's good in your neck of the woods, my brother.
Well, you know, we've been busy as always, had all kinds of events going on in the last couple of weeks. You know, we did have that film festival. Oba Babatunda was in town and gave a lot of words of wisdom. You know, that actor has been doing all kinds of great work ever since he was in Dreamgirls. He's getting ready to push up on them milestone years, but he is still dropping all kinds of knowledge and has become friends with my friend Mike Anderson. So we're talking about possibly getting him on the show. So that was not this weekend, but the weekend before. So had that going on. We had that little thing called snow this past week. It rolled in here on Thursday.
Yeah,
it was just a little bit of a trace of snow, a couple of inches, but, you know, we ain't used to snow, so anytime we get a little bit, we try to, like, you know, rush for the bread, rush for the milk, rush for the eggs, and rush for all of that kind of stuff, but it could be worse. I was talking to one of my coworkers who's from a country, I believe, in Africa near the equator, so she definitely doesn't even believe in snow because she says they never have it in her country where she's from and everything because, like I said, I believe that they don't. The snow is like a foreign word, and I do mean literally a foreign word, not just because it is a foreign. It happens in a foreign country, but because apparently they do not have it. They have like dry season and hot season, but not that much in the way of snow and things of that nature. And then we had Sweet Chariot, which was a salute to gospel music. That was right before the film festival. And the film festival just had all kinds of amazing films. There was a film about environmental racism. There was a film about the funeral home business, because apparently in our community, even though that's a mainstay, they are becoming a dying breed. So that definitely was interesting seeing that kind of perspective in that particular movie. And like I said, there was one about environmental racism because there's a neighborhood in Louisiana that's getting hard hit because there's a factory that's right near them, and, you know, they're doing all kinds of pollution and things of that nature. So, of course, people in our community are being impacted by that kind of stuff. So that's just a couple of glimpses of some of the films that were featured. There was a whole lot of films that were in the collection, and I might be talking about some of them and try to get some of the filmmakers on in the near future and things of that nature. But definitely was a real good film festival, and like I said, Sweet Chariot was a group of folks from out of town, and they came to salute gospel music, and particularly the old traditional kind of gospel music, you know, from back, the kind of freedom songs, I guess is what we would think of them more as in terms of what they were singing, but still following within the tradition of gospel music, and just a real good kind of thing. I did tune into the debate. Not sure why I did that, because I did tune in, and it was like, you know, watching a train wreck. You know it's going to be a train wreck, and you still watch the train wreck. So I did watch the train wreck. You know, it looks like Bernie did pull off Nevada. He's pulled off New Hampshire. So it looks like he is our front runner in the Democratic Party, but we still got a lot more time to go, and a lot of things can happen. We got major races coming up in the South. So, you know, anything is possible that these tides can be turned. But for right now, it looks like he's the front runner. Biden, I believe, is second, or maybe it's Warren, but definitely those seem to be our primary folks. Surprisingly, Mayor Pete is not doing that bad in some of the races as well. But, you know, there's some other folks. Sire, even though he's saying that he was a successful businessman, unlike the current occupant over there in the White House, those kind of ads don't seem to be getting him any kind of traction, at least not right now. But who knows? They might get some traction in the South with those kind of ads. He did not, I think he was one of the two that did not make the debate stage, if I remember correctly, because I think that there were 6 on the debate stage, and there are about 8 that are still in the race, because we have had folks dropping off and dropping out. But I know that I believe Steyer was one of them that did not make it, and it was another young lady whose name is slipping me right now, because I know that Amy K from Minnesota did make it. Of course, Elizabeth was there, and there was I know who it was. It was the young lady from Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard. So apparently they are the two, Sire and Gabbard, that did not hit that stage. So I don't know if you watched it. You might have been too busy paying attention to your XFL football, which has been doing quite well.
You know what, the XFL, I mean, man, listen, it fills in that gap right now because usually before, had arena football, but that didn't pan out this year, but we have the XFL to take its place, and it's a good thing. I did watch I didn't watch the debate. I'm not into abusing myself like that, but I did watch the Deontay Wilder-Tyson Fury fight, and somebody got humbled that night. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. A lot of people are still arguing about that. Even Wilder says the 40-pound costume that he wore into the ring left his legs dead. Excuses, you knew that thing was heavy before you put it on. So. And
why did you wear a 40-pound costume into a ring in the first place? I mean, I got friends in the theater world and in television and film, which I've alluded to on this show. And anytime you put on something that big, it's going to have some impact on you. So, yeah, I heard about that excuse. I also heard, that he was putting out some sort of basically a taunt against his opponent when he came into the ring. And, sometimes it's, you might want to leave sleeping bears alone and not taunt them, because if you taunt them, you're just going to make them mad.
And he got personal with it, too. So, he ended up catching those hands, man, busted his eardrum, had him looking like, I guess he never felt that it would happen to him. You go 40-something fights and you win them all. Then you start to believe that you're invincible. And somebody comes along and teaches you a lesson in humility, So it's happened to other boxers before him. He won't be the last one, but it was a learning experience that night for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely had a learning experience. But, sometimes learning experiences can also be good for you on the opposite side. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about sports and things of that nature. And, apparently, which I did not know, I follow the sport just because we have the Hurricanes now, a hockey team here. But, until we had that hockey team, and we've had it now for, a number of years now. But until we had it, I didn't follow hockey at all. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I might have followed soccer more than I followed hockey. But I do follow the Hurricanes, see whether they make the playoffs. They have had a couple of Stanley Cup runs and things of that nature. So I do follow them, see what they do. And I've thought about going to a game, even though I haven't been to one. But as my friend was telling me, apparently there is a rule in the NHL that you have to have at your disposal an emergency goalie. Because, like I said, you hope this doesn't happen. But if both of your primary goalies go out, you got to have an emergency goalie. And they were playing Toronto. They had the emergency goalie ready. The emergency goalie actually won the game. So that's been going all over Facebook and everything, because even though so he won the game and won it pretty handily. So that's, shows you that in all sports, you have to be at the ready at any time, because you never know when you might get that call up. And then they only last for a while, because like I said, the way that it works is that they then go out and get, on the trade blocks or through the farm system, they're regular goalies, but there is an emergency goalie situation apparently for every city and every team. So he got to get in his one game. There's a tradition of ringing the kind of a siren that the Hurricanes have had for a while. He would get to do that, I think, in their next home game and everything. But then they'll bring up somebody from the farm system. Who knows? They may look at him, or some other teams may look at him. But at least he got his one moment in the sun where he got to, get into the game, and not only get into the game, but have his team win the game for him, because, they see a fresh face, a rookie face. Of course, they're going to go right after him. So they went right after him, kind of like the way the Democrats went after Bloomberg. They
wow.
Because he was not prepared. For somebody that was the mayor of New York, I was really expecting him to be more prepared than that for the debate, but he was not prepared at all from the way I could tell it. And even other pundits and other people had been saying that did not look like his finest hour. So I was really interested in, they jumped in there and jumped right on his case and everything. So we'll see what happens with the rookie goalie and things of that nature. I'm hearing doorbells. That's a wonderful thing.
Man, listen. Oh, wow. 4. We have 4 at the door, brother.
Cool.
So I guess we'll bring them in. We'll bring them in all at one time. We'll run to a commercial and come back and then see who's at the door.
Well, is one of them identified as Bruce Bridges? Because the rest of them may be friends and acquaintances of his, but I'm going to pull up the list and we'll see who else is on the list. But if you see one is identified as Bruce Bridges, because he is a major person here in the area, let's bring Bruce in and then we'll see who the other folks are and if they got conversation.
I only have numbers. It doesn't have names, so they all pop up.
Do we have?
So I'm not sure. I can tell you one has been on the line the longest. That has been on the line almost twice as long as everybody else. So. And
is that a 919? Is that a 919 number?
Man, you got 3 919 numbers. So.
Okay.
You got 3 North Carolina numbers. Then you got one 917 number. But what we're gonna do is this: is how we're gonna figure this out. We're going to go take a small commercial break. We'll come back with the person who's been on the line the longest, that's been waiting patiently. We're going to get to him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Straight Talk with Dina Mark.
This is Nikki Hall, founder of Simply Radiant LLC, a woman with great passion and skill to make you look and feel better. Meet me where you are. Let's take it to another level, a new you. See you soon. Call 919-971-6243. Make your place today.
All right. Thank you for calling Straight Talk with Dina Mark. Caller number ending in 7282. You are now on the line. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us? All right.
You're now on the line with Straight Talk with Dina Mark. All
well, let's
right.
go to the next
We'll come back.
We'll
come back to that one. We got caller, phone number ended in 1688. Welcome to Straight Talk with Dina Mark. You're now on the line. Tell us who you are and where you calling from.
Well, my name is Asar. I'm calling from Queens, New York. I was waiting to hear Brother Bruce Bridges speak.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's what we're waiting for. So let's go down to the other 919 number, and hopefully one of them is Bruce, and we'll jump on the line with Bruce, and he's got some of his buddies that are calling in. We love it when our guests bring their fans in.
Caller, phone number ending in 8502. Welcome to Straight Talk with Dina Mark. You're now on the line. Tell us who you are and where you calling from.
Yes, good evening, Hotep. This is Herbie White. I'm calling from Durham, North Carolina. Another person anticipating the arrival of Bruce Bridges.
Cool.
All right.
So hopefully that is the fourth caller, and if it is, we're going to have some lively conversation, and we'll see what he's got to say, and also see if you folks that are listening have questions for him. So let's see if the fourth caller is the magic caller of Bruce Bridges.
Let's try this right here. Caller, phone number ending in 5972. You are now on the line. Welcome to Straight Talk with Dina Mark. Tell us who you are.
Dr. Bridges right here, live and in really living color.
All right, all
Dr.
right.
Bridges in the house. Now, Dean, you do not know Dr. Bridges. Dr. Bruce Bridges is a longtime activist and advocate of many things here in the Durham community. He used to have a bookstore that was incredibly popular here in Durham, North Carolina, called the No Bookstore, that brought all kinds of amazing artists into town. I mean, he brought everybody in from Sista Souljah to Zane to a variety of speakers that were speaking about justice and truth and social justice and all of that kind of stuff. So he did that on a regular basis. I talked to friends of mine that are always saying that they missed the No Bookstore, wish the No Bookstore was back in business, but unfortunately some internal city politics and drama and stuff like that caused it to no longer be with us. But I do know that Dr. Bridges is hoping to get it back at some point or another, and we're going to find out if he's got some game plans and things of that nature. But he is not